Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. ECO102, finally, last video of the Rotman Commerce Mini-Series where I'll be talking about the principles of macroeconomics. So I took this course in my second semester of my first year, and the prerequisite for ECO102 is ECO101, which is the principles of macroeconomics. So if you pass the course, then yes, you can take ECO102. My professor for the class was Lauren Brandt, and the location of my class section was Isabel Bader Theatre, which is near Victoria College at UofT. This is one of the guaranteed admission courses that you need to make it second year of Rotman Commerce. So as one of the required courses, ECO102 needs you to get a 63%, which is the same one as ECO101. So if you get above a 63%, you're fine and you're set to go for second year of Rotman Commerce, assuming you do well on the other courses and you pass the minimum guaranteed admission requirements. The overall structure of ECO102 is very similar to that of ECO101. If you look at class sizes, for example, they both have roughly 500 or so students in each class section, so they are the two biggest classes I had in my first year. In regards to the different topics that are taught in ECO102, you can see them on the syllabus. So if you look at it, you see that the very first thing that's covered is GDP and unemployment, followed by CPI and inflation, long-run growth, savings and investment, then income and expenditure. And that's when you'll have your first midterm. Then you'll learn aggregate demand and supply, other macroeconomic policies like fiscal ones, monetary policies, as well as banking. And then you'll have your second midterm, and finally you'll do banking crises, exchange rates and international trade, and that's all the material that's covered up to the final exam. Also, if you look at the grading scheme for ECO102, you will see that a lot of your final mark comes from the term tests and the final exam. Each term test is worth 25% of your final mark, so combined that's half of your total course mark. Then the final exam is 40%, and throughout the year you will get some assignments and quizzes that are worth in total 10%. So that's tutorial work that is done every week, as well as assignments that are sent through Crowdmark. The textbook for this class can be found on the UofT bookstore, and the content itself is pretty similar to economics taught in high school, whether it's the Ontario Diploma or the IB or even A-levels. So it's quite similar when it comes to the different class content, including ECO101. So a lot of the overarching themes have already been taught before if you've taken economics in high school, although there are some changes and the applications tend to be slightly different, especially because ECO102 targets the Canadian economy, so you will learn more about how it works and operates. My biggest study tip for this class is exactly the same one as ECO101, and that is go over the past papers. I cannot stress this enough. If you do practice papers and you get used to the kind of problems that they will ask you in the midterm or in the exam, it's going to prepare you so much for the course, and you're going to have a head start because you know what kind of questions you can expect, as well as the format for the test. That said, you can access the past papers on Quirkus. Usually the professor posts them for the two previous years, at least from my experience, and that applies to both midterms as well as the final exam. This sums up not only ECO102 for the course review, but for the entire Rotman Commerce Mini-Series. So these are all the courses I took in my first year at Rotman Commerce. So if you're an incoming student, it will give you a better idea of what you can expect going into university. So I hope you found these videos useful, that they added value to you now that you are preparing probably for university. And once again, if you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me, comment them down below. I'm more than happy to help, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.